Hi everyone, how's it going? It is either Randy Chavez coming at you today with a VeeVee, OMI, GrumpyCat 4chan update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. So starting off with GrumpyCat, they're currently having a Spaces right now, and it is about Huobi, and it is about, oh, hey, looks like we're going to be one of the ones that are going to be listed on there, which is great. We definitely need the volume. It's under around a $4 million market cap right now, so it still definitely has a lot of room to grow. But it is also for like Hispanics in the space and getting more Spanish people on board, which is fine. You know, I just feel like right now, of all the efforts from all the different projects I've seen to get, oh, let's get Spanish Web3 or Hispanic Web3, there just is not a lot of Spanish or Hispanic people that are really into it. And the ones that are, they're, you know, fine, it's good, but it's just, it's not that big of a, I feel like it's easier for like the culture of someone in like a Western American, like United States or someone in Europe, like just, I feel like that's generally, if you put your marketing efforts towards there, you generally get a little bit better ROI as opposed to, you know, in a lot of Spanish countries, like the salaries are really low. They don't have a lot of funds to put in. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, you can't get some Spanish whales, Chavez, but you can go, and I feel like some of that marketing is done a little bit better if it is towards the U.S. or towards Australia, or well, I guess Australia too, but Europe as well. That's just my thing. On top of that, we do have 4chan, which has still pretty good volume. It dropped down to like 8 something million a couple days ago. It's up to over $12 million market cap right now. So it is slowly on its way up, despite being down 16% over the last 24 hours. It'll probably get up to 15, 20. I mean, it was up to 33 at some point. I do expect it to go there again. Again, you just kind of had a lot of the sell pressure with it being listed on CytoPro and what was that? DigiFinex, something like that. Anyway, we're going to go to OMI and see what it has been doing as well. It's down about 1.6 on the day, but it is still above 00061, which is where I really like it to see. You see a bunch of people for the last like 2 years been, oh, 0004. It's pretty close to that. Like I'm not saying that it won't get there. If it does, cool, I'll buy a little bit more. But people have been saying that for quite a while. Oh, don't buy, wait for 0004. It went down to 0005 a couple of times, or 0055 a couple of times. Has not gone below that, so a pretty decent level of support. Not only that, but you did have, I forget his name, it is John's Cryptotherapy that said, hey, I'm buying right here, and, you know, it does some bits of TA in there, and it's like a 3-minute video. It's released a couple days ago. We do have some other whales. The one I had dinner with last night, he'll be up to 300 million before the end of the year. He has over 200. Our other friend, which is his brother-in-law, he has over 200 as well. So you do have a couple people getting in. My new whale that I've been advising, who is for like the last month and a half, 2 months, is going very, very slowly, but is up to 15, I think 16 million OMI now. So a lot of people, I had a person friend message me before, send me a personal DM and say, hey, up to 105 million. So there are people slowly but surely getting their goals, getting tens of million or hundreds of millions of OMI. Hopefully I can make 200 by the end of the year as well. I just spoken to my friend Delisha. I didn't necessarily serve with her. We just served at the same base. We served in like the same unit at the same time, but we never actually had any missions together or do anything together or deploy together. But her and her husband are married. I just had like a 2-hour podcast with her, and we mentioned a little bit of crypto and OMI on there. I'll get her into it. So slowly but surely, a lot more people will be getting in. I think Sleeping Comics is about to come out with a video talking about all the different wallets and all the different potentials that OMI will have. Moving on into the macro and VeeVee news, Watcher Guru had reported the SEC approves the first leveraged Bitcoin futures ETF, which I thought was really cool. For collecting at large, you have Marco Heritage, which had reported over on Instagram, the Heritage Live Frank Frazzetta's 1976 Dark Kingdom, used as the covers for the novel Dark Crusade and Molly Hatchett's 1979 album Flirtin' with Disaster, just sold for $6 million. That's a record for original comic book or fantasy art, and it does look pretty cool right there. It looks like Thor with a hammer, or it's an axe. But that is the world record for comic or fantasy art, which I thought was pretty heckin' cool. So we do have Captain VeeVee.e saying, see the big picture, what VeeVee is building. This is not only one product, and there is so much more we don't know. In 2023, we get the VeeVeeverse, we get Fidgetals, maybe gaming. So he goes on and says, VeeVee, so far you have digital collecting, but music will come at some point, gaming at some point, the metaverse, the VeeVeeverse, that we should get this year. We should probably start having everything roll out in Q3. Like, a lot of people will start to get beta in Q3, so expect to see that next quarter. They had digital frames, which you can kind of get. My friend Ernie has that. When I went out to Ohio, I saw that in his office. It's just like a large picture frame. You can connect it to your VeeVee account, and it basically just scrolls all of the different NFTs that you have, whether it's comic books, whether it's collectibles, and it just scrolls all of them. It's just really cool. I'm not sure if it posts the mint number or not. I know it just posts the collectibles that you have. And then, like they said, Fidgetals, which I'm not sure are coming this year, but we'll obviously get those at some point. Moving on, we have Bitcoin Magazine saying $10 trillion BlackRock CEO. The hits on website was 3,000 for monetary policy and 600,000 for Bitcoin, meaning that the people that were going on BlackRock, more than 99.5% of the hits were for Bitcoin, which I thought was really cool. He says, quote, many people are fascinated about it. Many people are excited about it, end quote. So the whale I had dinner with last night, we won't show the name, but we'll show the MCP level at 85, has over 3 million points, and had purchased over 100 collectibles this week, 239 sets. An absolute mad lad, absolute savage. Love that. Low entries if you're... All right, so we have British Hodl saying, all-time high on illiquid supply, lowest Bitcoin on exchange since 2018, meaning that, like, despite us mining a butt-ton more Bitcoin over the last 5 years, this is the lowest supply that you've ever seen of Bitcoin on these exchanges. And this is before the BlackRock spot ETF, before the BlackRock sales team finally unleashed. No one's ready for what's about to come. Yeah, heard it here first. Oh, no, can't read that. Okay, VeeVee Digital Collectibles says, Greg Land's dynamic composition and beautiful line work is on display in these cover inks for Amazing Spider-Man Hunted number 16, featuring Black Cat and Spidey. This is something that I really, really want. But it is a black and white, or I'll be able to show you when they put it up tomorrow, actually for sale. I'm also going to have Michael Bauman over on the podcast. It was supposed to be on Saturday, but I had to be in New York City for something on Saturday, so that's going to be delayed till sometime this week. I have to get back to him and see what time our schedules line up. It's going to be a busy week. I'll keep y'all posted. Speaking of stuff, we have the Spotlight Collector, Hina Not K, saying, the Collector Insight, there is nothing more powerful than a community standing together. We are the VeeVeeverse. His VeeVee birthday is 9 December 2021. First collectible was the DeLorean Time Machine. His most prized collectible is the Todd McFarlane Batman, number 5604. The most sentimental that he has is the Galactica BS75, number 619. Everyone comment 619 down below. Pay respects for Rey Mysterio. You love him. Favorite movie is the Back to the Future trilogy. Good for him. And his drop wish list are more Star Trek and Star Wars. He wants a Millennium Falcon. He wants X-Men number 1, Modern Age Comics, and Spider-Man number 7. So that is the real Hinano over on Twitter. Moving on. Brock had posted about the Feeshes saying, good morning. Someone joined the Feeshes today who I don't know and minted a Mega Feesh right off the bat for their first one. Web 2 soft launch going well so far. Excited to button things up and start the next layer of fun. Plus, event number 3 underway. Very, very fun times ahead. Company that is not having fun times, Recur, who had closed down one of their avenues to selling NFTs. They had just said yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago, we are temporarily closing our chat channels and will reopen them as soon as we can. In the meantime, keep an eye on the announcement channels for any updates and get in touch at support@recurforever.com if there's anything we can help with. It just seems like this is going to be one of those things where they're going to turn off one thing. Oh, okay, well, it's just one thing that they turned off. They still have all these other IPs and all these other licenses. This one wasn't really a big moneymaker anyway. Oh, they turned down the chat. It's just for a small amount of time. They're just probably going to keep doing that until they can either get bought out or until they have I think the pass now is down to like $28. It's $300 at retail. I know it went up to like $900 at some point. And I mean, again, they haven't had a drop in months. They had a snapshot from Hello Kitty, I think like the other month. So they made some secondary fees on that, but the actual drop hasn't been in months. And you just can only not make money for so long before the inevitable happens. Anyway, Moving on here. See what we got. Oh god, I can't get into my phone. We have Colonel Stat saying he had 10,000 comics. He has 3.2 million MCP points. He's number 86. He is a master. I don't know what his points are coming from. I mean, it's 236 sets, so it's quite a lot. I'm pretty sure a lot are coming from there, but out of 10,000 comics, even if you had no sets, you're probably going to get a ton of MCP points. So which one's giving him the most, I'm not 100% sure, but the 10,000 comics are definitely helping. In other news, we have somebody saying, "Oh, hey, we're not going to, OMI's doomed. We're going to go to 0004 and below that." And Foster Hilt says, "Oh, hey, you want to bet $1,000 that it doesn't go below 0004?" And the person that made the initial statement says, "Well, all we need is an exchange, and then I bet we 5 to 10x the same week," which that's a lot. I mean, let's say we do a 5x, and we go to 003. I think that's okay. I think that's doable. But to do a 10x on a big exchange, I mean, that's a lot. That is suddenly I'm a millionaire again if we do that 10x. I think that'd be dope in a week. Again, I don't really think that's possible, but anyway, Foster Hill goes and says, "Well, I agree, but I'm working off of what we have now, so I take it that's a no to the wager." And the guy says, "Well, I have to decline. Fine, sir. No meat on the bone for me to win. I'm a buyer at 0004. So if you're certain something's going to happen, okay, you want to bet $10,000? Let's go. I'll make a $10,000 bet right now with you." I know it says, "To be honest, current levels are a great entry with 1 to 2 year time horizon," which I do agree with that. And then Foster goes and says, "Well, can I get a date range? I've been patiently waiting for this 0004, but I don't think it'll go." And this person says between October and November that OMI will get that. So we'll see if that person is right. Moving on. So I love trolling as much as the next person. I don't actively do it. I love it when other people troll. Just in case you saw this and nobody else reported on it, Rockman Blockchain had posted, "Wow, even an email notification. Communication has leveled up lately and I'm loving it." And this is not a real email. It was just for fun, just for funsies. But it's made to look like a real email from VeeVee saying, "Hey, Brockman Blockchain, payout update. As we prepare to transition to a new provider, we are temporarily disabling payout for most users. All pending requests will be processed for anyone who has submitted already. As an MCP Pro user, your payout will remain on." Again, this is not a real thing. It's not like, oh, if you're an MCP Pro user, you get special treatment. It's just a troll. It's funny. It's hysterical. I got a very good laugh at it. Alex did not. Alex is all just like, "Yo, can you not, bruh?" He face palms. By the way, I just thought it was hysterical and just wanted to clear the air on that. So someone posted a picture the other day about about a DeLorean that had a fire symbol on it, indicating that it was burned. And I'm thinking like, okay, well, or that it was one of the things that could be burned. I was like, well, I know Marvel stuff could be burned, except for the Marvel Mighties. Got to protect those. I was like, okay, well, why would a DeLorean be burned? And I don't know why. I don't know why they would have that. To me, that said, oh, hey, there's going to be something else for crafting. Like, you are able to burn something for a soulstone. Well, now, that was specific to Marvel, but now maybe they're extending it out to other things. Burn X amount of collectibles and get something else. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but we do have Brendan M. over on YouTube saying, "I think it's just an indicator that there are burned collectibles in the collection." Someone burned a DeLorean. You can see it in the metadata. Stitch Uncommon also has one burned and has that little flame. So if you see that fire emblem logo, just know that it is from a series that has at least one burned collectible. Over on, I forget this dude's name. I don't even know. On YouTube says like, well, there's a $2 million long that if Bitcoin breaks 30K, it's probably going to 38K. I'm really curious to see what it's done over the weekend. I'll take a look right now. It's held above 30. It's at 30.4. It's up 15% over the week. So it could very well do that. I know I said I wouldn't really be making any. I have one big purchase on VeeVee left, and I'm done. That will be taken care of on Monday. And I said I'd really focus on buying OMI, and that'll be my next big thing. But with this Mark Zuckerberg Elon Musk fight happening, I'm going to throw a bunch of money at that. I think the odds are on Musk, but I want to bet on him anyway, just because I want to see Zuckerberg lose. Comment down below your thoughts on that. Moving on. Also, happy 2-year anniversary. This happened yesterday on the 24th, where VeeVee Digital Collectibles had announced Marvel, when saying that things are going to be a lot more super and win more Mighties. Somebody asked me about the Mighties, and if you go and you take a look at... we've had a few each year. We've always had one each year on a certain Comic-Con. Like we had Captain Carter at New York Comic-Con 2021. We had the Deadpool Chimichanga truck at San Diego Comic-Con last year, so I'd expect at least one of the cons that we would have a Marvel Mighty. I'm just not sure which one it would be. I would hope that it would be San Diego Comic-Con this year, next month, because the Secret Invasion show will finish around the time of Comic-Con. So I'm hoping we would get a Nick Fury one-off, because it's not like most of these sets you have multiple people, multiple things in the set, except for the Comic-Con exclusives. The con exclusive Mighties, let's say like for the Deadpool Chimichanga truck, it's just one Chimichanga truck or one Captain Marvel. Not Captain Marvel, it is a Captain Carter. But you had the Captain America series, there's a bunch of them, a bunch of everyone except for the one-offs. So I think if they do a Secret Invasion one, I'm hoping it's Nick Fury, like, oh, hey, unite the Marvel Mighties for a game or whatever it is that they're planning for them. They do have plans for them, we're just not sure what it is yet. Some other things that we could get is we could get the Echo series that comes out later this year. That's one of those things that I'm not expecting to have a Mighty set for. They usually save those for the popular things. Like, we'll be getting one for the Marvels, like Captain Marvel 2, known as the Marvels. We should be getting a Mighty set for that, and then at least one other Mighty set this year. We've had 2, we should get at least 2 more, maybe 3, maybe 4, who knows. But the Echo series, the reason why I'm not expecting anything from Echo is because for something like Daredevil Born Again, which has a lot of episodes, it's going to come out one each week. For something like, I don't know what they're doing, Armor Wars, they're going to have an episode each week. But for something like Echo, it is not coming out once each week. They're just unloading that as soon as it's done. Here you go, enjoy it, binge it, and watch it all at once. And they're doing that just because they think that, oh, it's not going to be as popular. It's not going to be with as popular characters. So when that happens, I wouldn't expect to get a Mighty set from that. Anyway, moving on here. We got some other stuff to go over as well. VeeVee announced the first issue of X-Men, written by ex-legend Chris Claremont, is coming out on Tuesday, the 27th of June at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And Ned Comics and Crypto is going to say, we love this book. Can't wait to match our physical copy. He has a 9.0 in that book. That is heckin' amazing. If you are not subscribed to My Collectibles, go find his YouTube, go subscribe, because Alex just came on the other day and said, oh, hey, major announcement on My Collectibles channel. Get ready for Red Hulk. Red Hulk is coming. This is the third in the line of Hulks that we get. With the original Bruce Banner, we have Maestro. Now we have Thunderbolt Ross's Red Hulk. And this is a rare, so the only one after this is going to be that ultra rare, whatever it is. I don't know. Could be Gladiator Hulk, could be Worldbreaker Hulk. And then after that, we go and we get that airdrop for the secret rare. Unsure what it is, but can't heckin' wait. And I'm just going to show you that some of these players are really, really big in the game. Like Microsoft acquired Bethesda after hearing that Starfield would be exclusive to PlayStation. So Starfield being like, yeah, we're just going to be on PlayStation, not Xbox. So Microsoft saw Sony paying Bethesda to keep games off of Xbox and decided to do something extremely, extremely drastic about it. I wonder what happens at some point if, let's say, Pokemon is not on VeeVee. Would the Pokemon company or Nintendo try to buy VeeVee and be like, all right, I'm not getting anywhere with these negotiations. Let's just do it this way. Let's get it on. Offer David and Dan an obscene amount of money. I could just see just these things do happen at some point. You think that Apple couldn't buy Disney? I think they could. I think that'd be a great partnership. You already saw that at the Apple keynote. Oh, hey, here's some Disney stuff, and it's going to look great in AR, and you're going to have a bunch of Disney NFTs that are going to be absolutely insane in AR on those Apple glasses. So VeeVee will get on there at some point, even if they didn't directly say it on the first day. That'll happen at some point. I went over in a live the other day. I talked for like an hour about it. A bunch of different patents that Disney had gone over and why it's super important. Definitely go watch that. Moving on. So we have some news in the top 500 holders. Let's go with the top 3 sellers. We have Gus Luke, who had sold 41 NFTs. We had Goku SSJ3, which had sold 142 NFTs. And then we had Beer Guy 33, which had sold 178 NFTs. So altogether, This is going a little bit over 350 NFTs that have been sold. And I know you're thinking like, well, Chavez, that's a lot of NFTs, and these are three big people. They're selling. Well, all three combined did not match up to the third most bought NFT person, which was Colonel Stats, who had bought 383 NFTs. He's the one that has 10,000 comics, or 10,001 now. He bought I think he bought an AF15 rare. And then you have AQKSA, so it's A as in Alpha, Q as in Quincy, K as in Kilo, SA, bought 462 NFTs. If he does that again, he'll be really close to that 10,000 mark. He has 9,466 NFTs. And then number one was Bezojman. Bezojman is the number 7 ranking wallet. Bought 621 NFTs this last week, bringing him up to 10,206. Obviously, the big leader on this board was Colonel Stats, who is number 5, who now has 11,878 NFTs. So yeah, whales do be going pretty hard. I'm still in the top 400 somehow. I'm number 390. Again, I did sell a couple of things just because I do need to go and make that really, really big purchase. I'll keep you posted on what that is. And last but not least, we do have we have Taco Breaks that asks, okay, hey, why is Darkside, which had sold out today, by the way. So Darkside selling out today, I'll just go over those numbers real quick, was $112,800 to VeeVee's gross top line revenue. They sold out every single one. I thought that was really great. Anyway, when talking about Darkside, we had Taco Breaks go and say, why is Darkside a first appearance? I have his first appearance NFT on Hero that came out last year. Obviously, you can get. I don't know if you can get him in this particular one, but you can get Darkside's first appearance on the blockchain on Hero. The reason why it's first appearance on VeeVee, it's because it's the first appearance on the VeeVee platform. Like Darkside could have been on, let's say, Palm. He could have been on, let's say, like wherever else, anywhere else that DC was really loose with their licensorship, loose with their IP. He could have gone on there, and it would still be a first appearance on VeeVee. Now, I'm not saying which one is going to be better, which one is worse, but I will say it to the fact like this. The first appearance that we have of Darth Vader, at least in a collectible, is on VeeVee, is that VeeVee collectible. But the first appearance of him on the blockchain was the Star Wars comic. So if you want to be super technical about it, the first time Darth Vader ever appeared on the blockchain was in that comic. So kind of like, okay, how many people are really going to care one way or the other? I'm not sure. And I'm not saying that one is better than the other, but if you like cards, if trading cards is your thing, and you don't really care about physical collectibles, or you don't really care about, action figures, you're probably not going to care too much about the Darkside first appearance on VeeVee, and you're probably just going to care about the Hero version because it's a card. Even if VeeVee's came out first, you probably wouldn't care, just because if you're really in love with cards, Hero is all about cards, so you'll just really care about that. So even though the first appearance of Darkside was on a Hero card, if you really like collectibles, like that 3D premium stuff, you're going to like VeeVee's first appearance. And on top of that, if you go and you say, okay, well, it's the first appearance of a card, now this is the first appearance of a collectible, now a first appearance in the comics will be completely different, and that could be on Palm. You could have first appearance of and I still think DC Comics could come on VeeVee at some point. Again, at some point, not right away, but I think there is a lot of stuff going on. Like, Batman really didn't do that well. Now, granted, James Gunn had told people, hey, this is not like my Batman. This is something that's kind of already being done. Blue Beetle is going to be the first like James Gunn DCEU type of thing. That's going to be the first one in the reboot. Anyway, when you go and you have stuff like that, I would say, Batman not doing so hot. DC Comics could come on VeeVee eventually, but you could have first appearance of Darkseid in comic version over on Palm, do it wherever, and that would just be another first appearance. Anyway, moving on. Speaking of Batman, in Deadpool 3, we had Ben Affleck, who played Batman in a couple different movies, has been spotted on the set of Deadpool 3, and it's rumored that he's reprising his role of Daredevil. Anyone remember that movie? I remember seeing that in theaters and thinking like, whoa, this is kind of cool. And then looking back on it, it's like, oh wow, this was trash. A couple of Easter eggs for that. You have Happy Hogan in the MCU, who was Foggy Nelson, which is like Daredevil's like business partner, his legal partner, over in the Daredevil universe. He played a version of him. I thought that was really funny. But I swear, if Evanescence's Bring Me to Life does not play when Ben Affleck triumphantly returns as Daredevil in Deadpool 3, I'm gonna lose it. Anyway, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. Goodbye, guys. Meow, meow, meow.